Hello everyone, Forever2 here, and welcome back to Reverse 1999 for an event little story before this event is over. Now, just a moment ago in this morning, or at least during my work, my hour, I stumbled upon the game's newest trailer. And apparently, I don't know if I could. Actually, I don't know if I should make a reaction of me watching this trailer. But apparently, it's all about space. And it's in the 80s. So I'm very proud of that. It's probably gonna be, what? An event story or a chapter? I'm not too sure. But, for now, we're gonna be doing the answering machine, the butterfly, and the literary critic. But I feel like I should try one thing, but I've already did his survey, and it's very unique as well. So, I'm not sure what I've looked at here, but this looks like some old telephones here. I'm not sure if it's short or not so short. So let's go ahead and click on one of them, and I hope you guys enjoy the video as well. Oh, no wonder. It's like 4 chapters, but there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts here. Alright. At the far end of the corridor lies a cell filled with countless communication devices. A solitary figure, yet stooped, waits within his modern citadel, listening for the dormant voices of telephones, wireless sets, and phonographs to be awakened. The Black Telephone. Hey, guys, have you ever watched the movie The Black Telephone? I did. There's gonna be a second one. I don't know why I said that, but damn. On the cell's leftmost wall hangs a black telephone. Its metal casing is cheap and rusted. Manufactured in 1977, it arrived as a gift from the National Occult Studies Association and the powers that be. The idealist says, "And still, its purpose eludes me. That is a mere replica of a perfect form. As we seem doomed to hear nothing but grievances on the futility of learning and the tedium of oppression and power, we might as well name this thing bureaucracy's most miserable mouthpiece." Sahir, I don't know who that is. "Your choice of name is acceptable, yet still, I see you bending it to your ideals. You cannot keep doing this, idealist, grasping only a fragment of a thing and then twisting it to your whims." The Brown Telephone, suspended on the cell's right wall, a solemn yet refined wooden box, traced with the warped inscriptions of the Arcanum. Now then, Arcanus chose it over ink and parchment to send their messages. How then should I regard it, or regard them for that matter? Kamala prison in the so-called Manus Vindictae, living proof of dependency theory in its purest form. Your theories are far too radical. A moment, please. Yes, let's call this the parable of a blind age. A silver telephone this time. A cutting-edge combination of arcanum and advanced technology, wrapped up in a frigid metal exterior. Signals surge through its circuits, and its frame quivers as it drones in a low wail. Only Laplace could have produced such a thing. Observe how it has been altered in the most unusual ways. Signals wander through its delicate pathways, dissolving into obscurity. The source is relatively irretrievably lost. Lost as we are in modernity. It's nothing more than an effort to conceal the identity of the person on the other end. You're right. Why are we both even name these horrid machines? This is the most worthless game of semantics we've ever entertained. We were waiting for a call. A telephone does not ring simply by virtue of our being here. Just as Estragon and Vladimir will be forever waiting in vain. In language, we must deconstruct what it is taken as truth. More importantly, what and when is now? Are we still within reality? Or is this an edifice of our own memories recalled together? But later, I meant. If we are only memories, then waiting for anything, even a telephone's ringing, is a paradox. Caught between the endless avenues of what has been and what is yet to come. Like every one of us. Patience. All we need to do is wait. The scene lifted straight from the great absurdist tradition. All players today, the idealist answer here. Act 1. A human in pursuit of transcendentality. Our tragic star Aleph, a human consumed by the desire to grasp the primordial core of the world, to reach a singular philosophical truth, a concept with neither genesis nor terminus. He was proud once, certain that nothing could be more excruciating than the burden of the unknown. That certainty would break. His pursuit led him to the gates of transcendental. Damn it, yawn. Transcendentality, where he understood at last the key was scattered across this fabric of existence itself. Finally, one day, he devoured his Ouroboros with unflinching resolve, and distilled fusion of sulfur and mercury, submitting to the forbidden elixir as it unraveled and redefined his very form. He thinks to himself, I'll find the ultimate truth, and soon. Ring, ring. Am I sounding like a bird or a phone? Or a crow phone? A sharp, piercing ring, thank God. A telephone dares disturb this scene. Their heated discourse halts as each withdraws to the other side of the mirror. The man in the wooden chair gradually lifts the receiver. Pardon me. Hello. And yes, hello indeed. To part 2! Satisfaction Surveyor asks, so good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Your continued support is invaluable to us. Whether you're in Cuernavaca, Gomez Palacio, or beyond, you will always remain a valued client in the Ugba company. Silence pulses out of the telephone line. On the other hand, at the end, hurried breaths beat against the transmitter, filling the receiver with an irksome hiss. One moment. Sir, please stay on the line. Any feedback you have will be crucial. Your options are indispensable to the Ugba company. Our main office is in Gomez Palacio, near the Museum of Literature and Fine Arts, just past the Lake of Fractured Reflections, through the forest where a single leaf dreams. You must have heard of it. Surely you've seen the burning bridge. Another set of static. In fact, all you need to do is check your credit card statement. I guarantee you've used our services before. Try and do the whatever this nonsense is. Simply complete the following satisfaction survey, and you stand a chance to win a round-trip ticket to Toulon. If that's how you pronounce it, I have no idea. The Lake of Fractured Reflections, the forest where a single leaf dreams, the burning bridge, the prisoner poised by the telephone is sure that these places do not exist in Gomez Palacio or anywhere else. But the riddle woven into these words is a far greater value than the promised ticket itself. I've never heard of your company, nor have I ever been one of your customers. But you must have played our indisputable board game, Romance Language Edition, a linguistic marvel of subversing contingency and materialism. Regrettably, at present, the game is a single player only. We are, however, working on improvements. Tell me, would you be interested in a multiplayer format? Perhaps you've got a new few close friends handy? Some fellow language game of Exianos? Fragments of glass and unbroken mirrors cast back the prisoner's image, multiplying him into infinity. Are we gonna meet the physician and the idealist? The prisoner nods wordlessly. Splendid! We are now ready to enhance your board game experience. Kindly stand up, face the direction of the Aurora, open up volume 21? Hornier and the synthesis of scientific cosmology. Cosmology, I meant. And spin around 16 times. Stay calm. A mild sense of disorientation is an entirely natural response. Now, what vision presents itself in the mirror? In the mirror, the poet, philosopher, physician, and alchemist ripple in unison. A tangled convergence devoid of purpose. Now I'll need you to check your second appendix, idealism and contingent phenomena concordance table. Then identify the corresponding notion and scribble it down at the top of your chart. And there you go. Your multiplayer upgrade is now complete. From now on, every game will begin with a single action, placing a mirror at the map center. Everyone knows mirrors expand the world. Mirrors invoke revulsion. Mirrors embody the infinite. Naturally, we hope you will be understanding. This upgrade does come with a few flaws. It is not a seamless revision. Should you experience any irregularities, we recommend removing all traces of material reality from the game and reinserting them manually if necessary. Thank you for your participation. Tell me, what do you think of the game so far? The question is laid out like a trap, a test to reveal whether the prisoner is still imprisoned within the confines of language. A manual removal of all materialist elements is a consummate game of words. A brilliant reply, sir. Brilliant, yes. You have demonstrated a stellar understanding of the indisputable board game's true significance. As it stands, our current understanding of reality is inadequate to unravel the mystery of this inexplicable call. We must anchor our objectivity in the solidity of being itself. Though through thought and discourse, we will in time find our hands upon the door of transcendentality. What is this? We have the physician, yes. It's got help. Okay. I guess. Okay, so we're playing a game. We're doing something, okay. So in this indisputable board game, you will play as yourself. So find reason within the irrational and find answer in the trivial. Just defeat the phenomena one by one and cast them back to your meticulous mind. So tap here to see the skill effects of this phenomena holds. So it's fire. Tap here to check its phenomena intended action for this round. The phenomena is about to interfere with us. Get ready. So at the start of each round, several memory dice are rolled for you. Let's tap confirm dice to confirm these rolls, and okay. So you can use your memory dice and response cards to battle these phenomena. Each response card has a casting cost, and a number of colored dice must be assigned to pay for it. Manually adding extra memory dice on top of the cost will amplify the card's effect, casting more powerful version. So I'll tap this. Okay, so after tapping on this response card, the memory dice required to pay for its casting cost will be automatically assigned. That's cool. So we tap again to activate its effect. Then you can still play more cards for this round, so we can. So this is a defense card. A yellow is a defense. Then this must be the Eureka response card. So in the upper right corner of each card is the cast chance, showing how many times it can be recast per round. These reset each round. So there's no more casting on this, so they're all just one. Alright, I end my turn. So, these are extraordinary rolls, but we don't need this many dice at the same color, so we can re-roll the dice. So tap a memory card and re-roll them. So we'll go ahead and recast them. Passive skills, this guy gains an additional memory die. With this many blue dice, we can generate enough Eureka to cast our arcane skill. You'll find the Eureka gauge under the character portrait. So that's the Eureka. Okay. So the required memory dice for the casting cost has been automatically assigned, but we can still add more manually to the strength of the card's effect. So we can tap here, tap more. There we go. And when the Eureka gauge is full, the character's portrait will cast. Okay. So we tap here to look at the effects. Damage down 100%. Woo! Okay. So. Okay, the game is starting to lag again. I don't know why. I'm gonna cast my defense. Alright. Let's see. We may not need more die. Alright, let's just confirm it. Alright, let's attack it. And with that, I'm one. Okay. So we got another one. To play anesthetic treatment, deals 8 damage, inflict 2 stacks of agony. Okay. I'll take that. Oh, it's another game here. Match time! Okay. So we got a new attack card here and there. I think I'll try it. Alright. Okay, then we'll go with this. Yeah. Alright, we'll end that round. So I'm facing 2 opponents this time. So he's got a shield. Okay. Good enough for me. Alright, you're down. Oh, okay. Oh, let's see. I need that. Let's confirm that. Alright, good enough for me. Oh. I did not mean to do that. I was going to try and get the other Eureka on me. Alright. Good enough for me, I guess. Alright. Alright, we're good. Ooh, tense treatment deals 32 damage. I'll take that. Alright, on the 5th one. A single die appears upon the desk. A worn black 20-sided die. A symbol of chance and fate. The solitary prisoner rolls it between his fingers. The cell itself shifts imperceptibly with the rhythm of his breath. Is this the indisputable board game? A tool for responding to the questions from the other side of the line? A word game shaped by a randomness of being and the pursuit of idealism. I suppose a die that never settles is quite fitting. But who will oversee our game? The poet, the philosopher, or some as yet unknown player standing at the edge of our arena? Had a drink? Imagine that, sir. 20 minutes and 40 seconds. And here you are still on the line. You, sir, are a kind and patient gentleman, but beyond all, an impeccable connoisseur of board games. The Ukba Company's business has covered every facet of human life and will, if no one stands in our way, eventually come to encompass every aspect of reality. Now, through the marvel of modern telecommunication technology, we intend to help you become a part of the inevitable. But our work is far from over. Within a global corporeal empire like Upar, there is always more to be done. Each day, I traverse the burning bridge. Oh, forgive me, sir. Back to business. Have you got any pastimes you'd like to share? Or shall we say, preoccupations? The answer to that is both singular and infinite. Really, sir? I don't mean to offend, but I wouldn't call answering phones a pastime. Even if it's something I happen to do as well, it's far from the sort of thing that stokes the fires of passion. Now, a fascination with linguistic paradoxes, linearity, or lack thereof of storytelling, psychology, and speculative fiction. Those are true passions. Perhaps that's why the company decided I was so well suited for this role. Only, I admit that lately things have been unusually complicated. Ukbar has a way of erasing memories. Is it arcane skill or merely idealism? I can't say for certain. What I do know is that I've been searching for a number, a forgotten one, a woman's number. I hear her voice, always, ceaselessly, and always loudest when I step onto the burning bridge. The static sharpens to the point of becoming unbearable. Then, in the unnatural silence that follows, the prisoner hears an echo from the unknown. Hi, this is Laura. I'm not home right now, and to be honest, I won't be back for some time. I'm exhausted, and I just can't stay here any longer. But one day I will return. If it's important, leave a message with Orbis after the tone. That way, I'll get it as soon as possible. An answering machine, and the speaker has a Spanish accent. Certainly not Castilian, not European. Latin America, Spanish-speaking territories. Argentina, Mexico, Guatemala, Peru, Chile, Venezuela, Bolivia, Cuba, Costa Rica, Panama. Why not dial every number in these regions? You will find her voice eventually. It eats away at me, sir. Day in and day out. Confined to this coffin of a cubicle. I find myself asking, where has she gone? Has something happened to her? Is she safe? My mind turns more and more darker to darker explanations. That something has happened. That her life has come unwound. I just want to help her. Maybe she was someone I once knew. I can't remember much of anything before. Sometimes I'd rather she was just another customer and nothing more. I need to check on her again. Making calls is what I'm best at, and I could keep calling forever. Or for as long as I stay in Ukbar. Until I've gone through every pattern of numbers. Every one of them. Again. You're absolutely right, sir. Sooner or later, I will find her again. That felt so wrong when I said that. Alright, continue on. Into a boss fight. Okay, so I need more blues to do 32 damage, so more Eureka though. Actually, I actually need more damage, to be honest. We'll just confirm it here. Yeah, let's just add more Eureka, then more defense, I believe. But that's all I'm gonna have to do. Maybe I'll do this one. Maybe. So we'll do this. And I guess so. Yeah, this feels like a boss fight because he has more health, a bit more health than I, actually less health than I do, but I actually want to try dealing damage here. So I guess we'll roll a die until I get a blue one. Damn, okay. Damn, okay. Okay, then I guess we'll do this one. Alright. Let's start the portrait here. Woo! I did not mean to do that, but oh well, I think I do it again anyway. 100% damage, let's go, and more defense. I'm just rushing things here. Alright, this time I'm gonna get the blue. Get rid of the ones. Get rid of that. We don't need a lot of that. Give me the blues. Not that much, but hey, I'll do that. Yeah, and that's all I'm gonna do here. That's all I got. Alright. I literally want to try out that other one here. But I don't have enough blue. That sucks. Alright, we're just gonna do that. And just win it. That's all I got. Alrighty then, it is Friday, or at least Friday evening, before it's gonna be on Saturday. So we're gonna be going to the second phone, and the chapter might be called Las Babas del Diablo. Devil's baby? Or is it the child of the devil? I'm not sure. Or children of the devil. I'm not sure if it means the same thing, but hey, why not? Alright, let's go on with this one, and with part 6 again, so let's see how this goes. A cluster of nerve pain tightens its grip on the man as he withers away in confinement. Merlin, so that's the physician. There was no phone. I'm sure you realize that already, but I'll remind you, it wasn't there. Not until it started ringing. It was a survey call from hell. Figures. No real questions were asked, and no answers were needed. No philosophy, no science, no history, no art, nothing of any real consequence. Periclesis, if that's how I pronounce it. Surely it wasn't an actual call from hell. I suspect this is nothing more than another of our neurosis manifesting itself. As we re-enter our labyrinth of recollection, it every so often collapses into chaos. Given that, it would be better to conclude this was only an illusion brought by hyperthemesia. Fragments of discourse interlace, shaping a story both novel and obscure. Like Las Babas del Diablo, the threads of reality stretch in myriad directions, linked by some unknowable force. What is it yet you just said? Let me get a drink real quick. Alright, quick water. Should be good. So what is it that you suggest? That we're mentally compromised? How positively unlikely. Just consider how many of us are doctors here. If we really were slipping into madness, then we could treat it. But taking medicine at random is not a compromise we can handle. We don't have much time left, Periclesis. We cannot afford to waste it on ourselves. Ha! To see a rose reborn from the ashes, one must at least have the patience to watch it bloom. Perfection is demanded in all things. Even the tiniest particle of dust could doom the creation of the elixir of immortality. Hiccups. Very alembic. Every ember, every vial must be meticulously positioned without deviation. But achieving such precision is too difficult, wouldn't you agree? Alright. Took a sip of my water again. Of all of us, you stand closest to our triumph, Master Alchemist. All of you, all look to you, all follow your guidance, and yet are you about to claim, as Aleph does, that beyond this point there is only emptiness? No, of course not. I'm only pointing out that we can't afford to lose ourselves in these infinite minutiae, day after day, if that's how I pronounce that. Mental fatigue is an inevitable consequence of the strain we put ourselves through. I have walked this path for many years. The rose, nourished by the fountain of immortality, has remained unchanged for 1,000 days. But who can say if it will wilt tomorrow? I have done everything within my power. The rest is in the hands of God. Beep, 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 beep. A monotonous tone. The darkness stirs as an old worn screen flickers on in the darkened room. The dull tone persists, rippling through stagnant air. Inside the sealed glass, a rose trembles as one as it... Okay, I think I might have done that worse. As one of its wilted petals falls. Yeah. I just got out of class. And... My head hurts, so I may mess up on my reading here. So, let's see. His hand rises, hesitating for a moment before selecting a chat window that has long remained dormant. You're back. We are aware of it now, but awareness is not enough. Our theories are insufficient. Our knowledge incomplete. We need more. More books. More truth. More reality. And we have a new character and ability. So a gift of fate at the start of the round, one stacking an association, a question, an allegory, a singular pursuit. And yeah, Aleph, an alchemist who brewed himself a fate of endless, relentless cycles. This character excels at efficiently refreshing the dice and cards. Okay. So that means we're going to play a game again. So for this body, sorting through memories has become a burdensome task. One personality after another assumes control. Assuming control. Sorry, it just reminds me of another game. Each using vastly different methods to handle the task. So when starting a new chapter, you play as a new character with new response cards. So we tap here to check the character's passive skills, and again, the character's new skills. Alright, I think we're good. Alright, let's go. Let's just gain some. Oh yeah, I can only gain 2 armor. Wait, 1 armor. And it just let me switch that. Okay, that's cool. Alright, so it does have infinite uses, but it doesn't have enough dice, so yeah. Alright, so I can only gain 1 of these things, so let's re-roll them. I want to get a blue at least. A blue at least. Well, never mind. I can only gain 7 armor. But either way, I won. Either way. So we got a new one to stack, new reality, response card, add and roll 1 short-term memory die. Alright, let's see. Number 3. Endless scrolls of messages spill across the small screen, like a nosy virtual neighbor, disregarding any notion of consent. The linguist. That's a new one. There's something unusual the way this dialogue is unfolding. Breaking the fourth wall, aren't you? Who in their right mind would greet a person missing for over a year with "You're back," as if your last exchange had been a few minutes ago? I'd be willing to put my money on it. You have no concept of time whatsoever. The prisoner requires no special insight to see it. The linguist. On the other end of the screen is not one he had previously been speaking to. You're not the linguist. Naturally, I am not Ludwig. I'm your linguist. You can call me Lorenz Butterfly, if that name holds any meaning to you. As you wish then, Lorenz Butterfly. He complies without resistance, reshaping the destination in his head. Then you're saying that he has vanished. The linguist, you mean? Okay, that's right. One day he just up and disappeared. There's nothing left but an empty husk and disaster in his wake. Almost dropping water. No one can say for sure what happened. Everyone's been scrambling around since. It seems like we keep expecting him to just reappear and take back his garbage spot as easily as he left it. Then you're searching for him as well. That's a generous assumption, but at least if we're talking about what it is I'm doing, then sure. As for why I keep doing it, let me paint a picture for you. I'm in a long abandoned office. How I got here is irrelevant. Let's just say a certain research institute's security team dropped the ball. This place is empty, worthless, except for this 3-X6 computer. Former property of your linguist. Getting it up and running without setting off any alarms wasn't easy. I've said this 1,000 times before. Refined Dragon Tree resin is a disaster waiting to happen. Using it for any electronic device was madness. Now, the entire circuit board is crawling with these damn critters. This computer, much like the linguist, has been weighed down by an utterly gratuitous affinity for classical design. All things considered, the fact this thing still functions is nothing short of a miracle. Laplace, Lorentz, thief, robber, researcher, arcanum, linguist. The prisoner orders and reorders the words in his mind, absent of ethical weight. So far, no answer presents itself. Let me get a drink. I'm good. The only thing of any use in here is a remote communication program. It's so damn clean, it almost makes me mad. Emphasized tone. Even more baffling is that this program is still running after all this time, and there is only one chat visible in the log. Yours. For someone, the linguist, never mentioned to anyone else, Mr. Aleph. You two certainly had a lot to talk about. Your chat history reads like an infinite loop between June 12th and June 22nd, 2004. 2004? You dissected a single preposition over the course of 3,000 messages. From March to July 2005, you two spent 4 months fixating on whether holiday language exists, exchanging 1.2 million words. With a little editing, it could pass for a landmark philological thesis. I have to say, it's a bizarre thing. You're like some kind of ghost in the machine, a hallucination he conjured. So what are you? An undercover Laplace agent? Or maybe just an imaginary friend? I am not with Laplace. As for being his friend, I wouldn't know how he defines us. We merely exchange our thoughts when the occasion rises. Alright, you're touchy about calling them a friend. That's fine. I wouldn't be surprised if Ludwig felt the same way. I suppose that makes you something of an unofficial advisor to Laplace. My responses are not confined to Laplace as an institution, nor were they reserved for the linguist's questions alone. Oh? So you'll just answer anyone without anything about anything? Why is that, Aleph? Think you know something? That's a bit egotistical, unless you're actually a program. Just some old process running on a loop in this dusty old thing. Oh, maybe that's why they kept you on. I'm not a program. Thanks for your honest answer, Aleph. And yet, oddly enough, I feel more confused about you than ever. No matter, I think your responses might somehow be more mechanical than a program. So let's change the subject. That was weird. So, it explains why there is a mask over here. I don't think it's a mask, it's more of his face. Like, it doesn't show his identity whatsoever. Pretty funny, ain't it? So, a new reality... Okay, so let's see. I think I'm good here. I actually want to continue with this if I can get a blue, for God's sakes. Well, never mind. So let's go ahead and gain this, I guess. Okay, that's cool. Okay. I gotta get new cards. Alright, let's get that. Let's get the die. Give me a blue. Well, that sucks. Well, this character sucks. Or if I'm having bad luck getting Eureka. At all. Alright. I think I'm good with this. Alright. I'm gonna gain Eureka. Activate this. Gain Eureka again. Not sure why. Okay. That's cool. That's really cool that I'm getting more shields, I believe. Not too sure. Alright, let's just go with this for now. I'm gonna get Rika here. Okay. Good protection, I guess. Look at that then. Okay. Well, that's disappointing. I'm gonna get you. Okay. That should be good. Alright, so max Eureka -1 down to a minimum of 1 you max Eureka. Okay. Alright, part 5 again. Let's see. 2 books rest upon the unpolished wooden table before him. One book bears the title Meaning and Mental Phenomena, Vienna First Edition, 1921. The other, Structural Analysis of Symbolic Systems, Selected Philosophical Propositions, 1918. The pages are aged and yellowed, and the first cover is adorned by a precious slip of paper with the words, "To my dear friend Aleph, Ludwig." The books rest against each other at a calculated 20-degree tilt, an arrangement that forms a structure both intelligible and functional. I'm getting thirsty today. With water. So he's speaking to himself. Problems do not truly exist in gradients of complexity. They are, at the core, just a series of problems. Every problem must have an answer, and each answer, in turn, may lead to transcendentality. That is how it is, isn't it? You know, I dabble in a little side business, purely for the enjoyment of it, which has led me to some truly unusual encounters. But a screen-bound conversationalist claiming to possess all the answers to the universe? Now that hits my top 3 most bizarre for sure. Second place, an arcanist who was erased from the very fabric of society. A few years back in Luxembourg, I was researching an arcanist when, overnight, he simply ceased to exist. Maybe it was a curse. Whatever it was, everyone forgot all about him, in which in turn made my research obsolete. Apologies. You'll find I enjoy extrapolating from and deciphering my subjects' minds until I get a full grasp of them. It's really the one way to find some joy in the work. And I think I hit my mic. As for the strangest of them all, it was something that happened in 1999. I was in Cambridge, sitting on a philosophy class, when the bird-headed professor suddenly stopped mid-sentence and declared that being a philosophy professor was the most absurd profession in the world. No sooner than that, he left and he resigned his post. Another investigation cut abruptly short. Thief, assassin, sociopath Laplace Lorenz. The scattered words solidify, locking into a discernible pattern. This time, the prisoner has his answer. You're an assassin with a talent for analysis, and the linguist is the latest of your targets. If you're looking for the linguist's location, I cannot help you, at least not yet. Your identity is irrelevant, I simply do not know. An absurd truth, but what compels such unguarded honesty? Perhaps because he is even less of a threatening conversation partner than a program. Don't be so hasty, Aleph. For researchers and assassins alike, truth is, las papas del diablo, thousands of strands, impossibly entangled, forming patterns that twist into incomprehensible messes. But what you mistake for incomprehension is merely the first flicker of a clue. Tell me about your work, you and your linguist. I want to see what kind of cosmic embers your twin intellects have sparked. And the linguist and I, or to be exact, he and the idealist have been engaged in the pursuit of a perfect linguistic framework. Is that so? Then you believe in the possibility of a perfect language? There are languages whose phonetics are widely regarded as elegant, and others valued for their communicative precision. Yet among them all, I found no single language that embodies perfection. Yet the idealist is determined to create a language that tolerates no fakeness, one in which every term is precisely defined and controlled. In this endeavor, he and the linguist were aligned. The linguist held that only by building and maintaining rigid definitions would be able to erect a true foundation for metaphysics. Completing this task would eradicate the notion of skepticism. My tongue just got dry. Maybe it's because I've been reading and talking too much. It's just become dry. So skepticism. Forget it. I'm a skeptic. Skepticism. Okay, I got it. That has perished for a century and resolved the nascent contradictions of empirical inquiry. Each of them sought to create a linguistic framework capable of encapsulating their own understanding of reality. I see why you got along so well. Someone's coming. We'll have to put this on hold for now. The details of your perfect language model, I have a feeling they hold more pieces of the puzzle behind the linguist's disappearance. I will unravel las babas de diablo. I'm guessing profanity. The words twist and distort before the prisoner's eyes. They unfurl into a band of digits and keystrokes, their logic forming an entire world and revealing to the prisoner sights never before seen. The dust-covered office door opens as a security officer storms in. Identify yourself. What are you doing here? This entire floor is off limits. Me? Oh, I just happened to be passing by and noticed the door was open. If you want to point fingers, maybe start with whoever left this place unlocked. Step away from that device, ma'am. It was a ma'am, okay. Well, you're in direct violation of Appendix 3, Section 68 of the LSCC Safety Management Regulations. According to protocol, I have no choice but to... Hold on. This is a place of history right here. You need to respect its delicate circuitry. Handle it with care. Ah, great. Now you've gone and riled up the critters. A swarm of critters searches through the machine, shorting its circuits in an instant. Flames catch on dust-laden files, and the abandoned office erupts into an all-consuming blaze. Well, let's just hope Ludwig really is dead. Alright, on to the final one in this chapter, which is a boss fight. I have 3 opponents now, which is ridiculous. Oh well, let's just re-roll the dice here, maybe. Oh well. Let's attack first, get some armor. I guess we'll just hit some armor here. Alright. Well, that's all I can do for now, because I don't think I'm going to survive any of this. Okay. Actually, I'm going to keep this. But I can't select these, can I? Alright, let's go with that. Alright, so... let's go with that. I could do this. Well, that's all I got. Really. Who was I pointing at again? I have no idea. I think I'll take these off. You off. You off. Alright. Let's think. I'll take an Eureka. Alright. Let's see. Don't know. Okay, let's do this one. Alright, let's go with this. Alright, that just puts me in a new Eureka, I guess. I guess we'll confirm die. Let's do this. This one is somewhat locked. I can't do much. Yeah, I can't do much because whatever happened, I got silenced. So, whatever. At least I took one of them down. At least. Yeah. Alright, let's see. This. Alright. I could gain one Eureka here. Right. I'll just gain Eureka again. I'll keep it for now. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm reroll the dice here, maybe. Alright, let's go with this. So, and get some armor. Alright. Okay, let's see. Alright, that's all I can do. Well, never mind. Oh. Let's do this. Alright, let's confirm this. Yeah, let's confirm that. Okay. Alright, I got two Eureka here. Okay. Yay! Alright. Unfortunately, that's all I got for now. So I can continuously take down one Eureka to make me use my ultimate a lot more, which is pretty damn cool. Okay, so let's go this here. And I won! Yay! I won this time. Alright. Okay, so we're back again. I just took a little break, and here we are in, I guess, the third phone here. If you want to look what it is, it's this thing. E1, or whatever it's called. But it's called El Gusano. El Gusano. If I want to try and pronounce this right. So it looks like... Okay, we still got 6 charts, so let's go ahead and read more. The other party's online indicator turns gray, never to light up again. Sahir. Okay, so this must be another personality. I rather enjoy talking to our friends from the computing center. They're such a diverse bunch. Always thoroughly interesting. Friends? Interesting. Really? Textbook sociopaths hiding behind a veil of academia. Is that what you consider interesting? As for this remorseless predator who delights in dissecting others, all they've done is flail about looking for clues to find their vanished prey. But they aren't our problem yet. The only fitting destination for an arcanist criminal is Kamala Prison, right beneath our feet. If circumstances allow, we'll ensure this assassin gets an invitation. Maybe she's too caught up in her research. We shouldn't impose undue interpretations on her words, considering how language itself defies definition. Analyzing the inner logic of language grants insight into both the universe and our place within it. Your staring started to sound like the linguist. It's an alluring thought, after all. It isn't the transcendental... Ugh. Here I go again. Okay, let me on. Transcendentality we seek inextricably linked to the definitional nature of reality. The linguist has poised that language is merely a totality of propositions, just as the world is a totality of facts. The direct mapping between them suggests that the world possesses an inherent linguistic essence. Then it is through language that we may uncover the fundamental essence. This fundamental essence. The world has no inherent essence. The transcendentality we seek cannot be articulated through language. I won't even entertain the idea. Even your antipathy to the concept demands at some level that you have studied it. Ha, Merlin! Like when you wrote that scathing review of our young novelist's manuscript, you can't deny it, you finished reading. Aleph did. By our logic, we are merely constructed identities from the fragments of Aleph's infinitely reflective mind. We are Aleph. So this is literally all the bunch of personalities that Aleph created. Your rhetorical prowess is admirable, but not when I'm the target. Why not invest that effort in your theories? Tell me, Sahir, have you found your single-sided coin yet? A coin that shows its observe and reverse. Incomprehensible only through a dialectal lens, yet never the same in any two pairs of eyes. Why don't you tell me first? When did this pursuit of transcendentality become our excuse for escaping reality altogether? So I haven't found it yet, but the success of my search is not dictated by my effort, nor by the whims of interest. I will find that coin, but when I do, it will come to me in some unguarded instant, a moment that defies all effort. So, to get there, I must study it endlessly until it's indistinguishable from my very being. Discordant electric currents. The futile clash of thoughts dissolve into nothing. In a place where the borders of reality and dreams collapse and blur, the prisoner takes a hold of a black radio inscribed with arcane symbols. He adjusts the dial, sifting through the frequencies. Next channel. Now, doesn't that feel great? Wait, doesn't that just feel great? Sink into it. So we are gonna be playing as the idealist, a poet whose tongue isn't eloquent enough to express the ever-flowing ideas in his mind. So he specializes in dealing damage through the mastery of Eureka. So you can place one memory die with universal memory die. Okay. Babble speech, commenter, deals 8 damage, and it takes away 1 Eureka. Probably to decrease the ultimate. Reader, 7 armor. Okay. Okay. Alright. Let's get to it and see how it looks. So the idealist seeks an all-encompassing language, and can convert ordinary memory die into universal die that can be used for any purpose. So let's go with... Actually, I'm going to take off these two. Hopefully I can get one more out of this. Alright, so let's go ahead and gain 3 Eureka. Deal 1 damage. But I think when I do damage or gain armor, it just takes away my ultimate gauge. So I won't be able to use it in anything, really. So I have to be careful when using armor or... Oh, it's like repeating, I guess. That's pretty cool, I guess. Alright, so this is just locked, I think. Actually, we'll keep this one. Alright. I can literally use anything, to be honest. let's go with this for now. So at the end of the round, 3 damage. Okay, so... Okay. Okay, so pretty much at the end of that. I'm not sure if I can select it at all, to be honest. So let's take away these 2 guys. I want my Eureka back. Actually... Damn, alright. I guess we can gain 3 Eureka again. Alright, I think I know what this is, so... again, -1 Eureka when gaining excess Eureka deals 8 damage to an enemy for each excess Eureka. So, if I have enough Eureka, if I press end round, it'll just shoot off 4, I believe. But, I got 3. But either way, I won. So we got Further Truce. Gain 1 stack of Musings. So what is Musings? When Eureka changes, deals 3 damage to a random enemy and gain 2 armor. Okay, that's cool. I have a feeling if I complete this one, the final chapter would be you get to pick which character you want. That's cool. A soothing voice rises from the speaker, warping within the coils, reshaping itself into something that defies comprehension. Pan-American Arcanist Radio. To all you faithful Arcanists out there, followers of the Sufferer, devotees of the Mask, this is the Pan-American broadcast brought to you by the Manus Vindictae. A single spark of arcane radiance is all it takes for one extreme to dissolve into its opposite. A wisp of static seeps between the words. Radiance flickers. From the demented repetition of classical compositions to the relentless assault of bad news. From literary autopsies to the vogue of tragic radio plays, every note, every word, every sorrow is just a little touch of the dial away. Pan-American Arcanist Radio bringing you the latest voices from McMurdo Port. Antarctica is still basking in auroral radiance today. That glowing tide will keep gushing into the sky and hovering over the world until time itself breathes its last. Radiance flickers again. I wonder, listeners, how does the sky weep where you are? Is a storm raging? Or has the sun fallen? Let us relish in this moment together. On the last evening on Earth, quote-unquote, the event, last evening on Earth. Hello, Miss Grace. Hello, Miss Grace. Extend my sincere regards to the preacher. Through the static, a soft and steady breath emerges. Quick, restless, and measured at precisely 106 beats per minute. The line is open. A listener from Ushuaia is now on the air. Pan-American Arcanist Radio reaches the ears of the devoted across continents, from Los Angeles to Sao Paulo, from the Chisos and to Ushuaia. Our dramas have captivated Arcanists everywhere. But you, sir, you are a mere human. That is an enigma in itself. I say mere, but you are anything but ordinary. That much is clear. Years have passed since Mr. Forget-Me-Not and I last spoke. A mere intersection of research. Nothing of significance. There is nothing exceptional about me, except the fact that I cannot leave this place. I will speak plainly, Miss Grace. Oh wait! So, Pan-American's Radio. I was speaking like a radio broadcaster, but this is Grace speaking, and I am sorry if I misinterpret. So long as you find this the reason to listen. This station has many listeners, but none quite like you. Yeah, I was so excited to say, oh, I got that radio jockey personality, or to say all these lines here. Then I learned that it's Miss Grace doing that, and God, I feel embarrassed about that, but oh well, it's how I do it. Alright, so we got three more dudes here, so let's see. Okay. Alright, I'll stick with this. So game, okay, let's try this. Let's go to the readers here. I just want to do some damage. Alright, I'll take the hit. Now, that was a big sacrifice to... Well... big sacrifice to handle these things here. And I got nothing. So I can literally just build up my Eureka and let me attack any random enemy. And somehow I gained armor. I guess. I don't know. Alright. I'll keep this. Okay, so gain some music. Let's do this one again. Alright. Let's try this. There we go. Okay, I like this. Alright. I think I'm good, I guess. Okay, here we go. Hell yeah. Okay. I think I like using the idealist here. Yeah, okay. I'm cool with this. Alright, so we got transcribing the ideal, double the current Eureka. That's cool, though. I'll take that. So, number 5, here we go. The radio host's face is a mosaic of countless others. Kyla, Grace, Cecile, Newman, names without weight, faces without permeance. She drifts unseen, a colorless moth in the dark, an existence without self. Little drink here. From the mirror, they sigh as one, a choir, a chorus, laced with disdain. So alike and so ill-fated, one condemned to remember, yet commanded to forget. A Scheherazade. Oh, wait, Scheherazade. Without an audience, keeper of shameful secrets, lost in the tragedy of his own illusions. And so hyperthymesia is no blessing, but a curse without cure. This story begins in San Francisco, 1990. Our protagonist is a young girl named Cecile, lost in the flow of things. Somewhere between 18 and 12, she speaks with a low Saxon-hilt lip. Behind her, the cry of a black-fronted piping wand sounds, so precise it could be real. She may actually be from Blumenau. An arcanist in search of an exit, yearning to slip beyond the grasp of thought's phantoms and power's unseen hand. There is a place she knows, one where the sun does not shine from those who seek hidden truths. The Manus Vindictae. Children of the esoteric, keepers of heresy, zealots of the arcane, they are as a mighty shoal amidst the currents of upheaval, never still, always moving. Of course, they never turn away astray. The things she feared remain unrealized. She was taken in and reshaped. For the cause, she became Kyla, became Miss Grace, then Newman, then Cecile. The tree had shed its leaves, and foreign branches took their place. Who she had been no longer mattered. She became another, again and again, until even time forgot what had once grown there. The whispers of innumerable voices gather on one side of the white noise. This Monday's edition of the Ushuaia Times reported on the sinking of the Free Breeze. Among the survivors, some claim to have seen a great number of islanders aboard, adorned with seashell ornaments. There is a reason to believe that some of the Nukutai may have forsaken their homeland. We hear now Louise, reporting from the scene where they departed. We cannot say. Was it the allure of modern civilization, or a promise that somewhere in the farthest west, a river of immortality awaits? Their arrival was a moment of wonder, but by the time the night faded, they were already lost. A song hangs in the air, almost a sob. The young lady does not weep. She merely breathes, her sorrow measured in time, her grief a part of the rhythm of existence. And so this gripping incident reached its tragic epilogue. The fate of a people sealed over nothing more than a shell. Yeah, that might be a little recap to the event that we went through. The end of the... Was it Last Evening on Earth, I believe it's called. It was a confusing but sad little thing, and it was a bane of my video existence when the music on that one was targeted for copyrighted. I had to wait until it was no longer copyrighted, since I saw it on Spotify, or at least the music, I believe, the album of it. And it made me realize that, oh, it was already like not copyrighted anymore. But still, it's a shame that I had to mute some of my things when trying to meet with my uploading times. Alright, to part 6, and I want to try to see if I can get this thing, so I need 3 blues here. Maybe. Oh, I need to do this one. Wait, who's this? Is that a child, or is it an islander? Maybe an islander, I do not know. Alright, I'll confirm this for now. I want to see if I can do this one. I can double the current Eureka. I'll gain Eureka and the round. Okay, I'm starting off good. But I need to build my defenses, so... Alright, let's go with one of these things here. I guess one more. Should I double the current Eureka? Let's go with double the Eureka then. Let's go with that. Want some protection, to be honest. Okay, let's see. Yeah, let's go with that. Alright, we'll target that. Stack some musings, gain some armor. Alright. I'm about to end this round here. Okay, that was heavy hitting. That's unfortunate. But reroll. Roll again. Reroll again. Damn. They like the 2s, huh? So gain 3 Eurekas. And gain some musings. And that's it. And that's it. And I won. Yeah. Alright. So we're going to do the last one. Look at these phones here. It's like, one's like a rusted black phone. This is a natural black phone here. It's a wooden phone there. There's like different types of phones with different types of eras, I believe. But that's the weirdest thing I've seen here. So, cuentos completos. Ooh. I guess this is where we're going to have all 4 here, I guess. Yeah. Falling back into his reverie, the idealist idly presses the power switch. Yet the broadcaster's performance of disorder and delirium has already reached its end. The radio plays no more. Periclesis says, a name carried in whispers, the Panopticon of Kamala, where every question finds its answer. Okay, I quite like these stories that travel up from the telephone lines. The stranded, the deluded, the ones forever haunted by riddles without solutions. They come here, drawn by forces unseen, by paths not meant to be traveled. They ask, they seek, they wander through lives frayed at the edges, tangled in paradox and unreality. Do you really feel nothing in the face of these challenges? Don't you realize we can shape what we have here into something that holds actual meaning? This all leaves me feeling somewhat lost. Have we found clarity or more confusion? I'm not sure. But it's already taken up too much time. Idealist, do you still remember what you set out to do at the very start? Of course I do. My poem. I would never forget it. The idealist scans the confines of a cell in panic. Finally, he finds it. A tiny fissure in the wall. Beneath this crumbling plaster, I named it A History of Eternity. For within it lies poetry without end, the very source and medium of my great epic. Its delicate contours speak to me of sorrow. Clear my throat. With every passing day, the crack extends a little further, so your poem will never reach its final line. There will be a way. If this endless and sorrowful poem is to be conveyed with all the elegance and extractitude it deserves, then I must construct a language worthy of it. One all-encompassing, unhindered by ambiguity, not a conceptual illusion, but something absolute, precise, essential, a language of creation, one that shall unshackle every artist and poet alike. So that's what you've been discussing with the linguist all this time. Your perfect language. Claro que sí. But now, the linguist is gone. Our language's birth hangs in limbo. That is the tragedy of the telephone. We speak, yet we remain strangers to each other, and he, perhaps, to himself most of all. But I will continue onward with new projects, poems shaped by many hands within these walls, a curated collection of their imprisoned tongues. Within them, I will discover the systematic method behind every language. Through that, I will ensure the opening lines are flawless in their meaning. Until then, I will host our literary salons, wandering through this literary labyrinth with the intent to build an exit someday. But for all your efforts, that poem remains unwritten, unexecuted. Not even a single word has been committed. You are lost within your literary labyrinth, lost in infinite inquiry, so much so that even your name has abandoned you. Idealist, do you even remember who you are? The poet, the writer, the pioneer of thought. Bewildered, he stares at the sorrowful crack in the wall. Who am I? And the phone rings once more. The line stirs once more with another call from the outside world. It never ends. Lift the receiver and vanish into the interplay of reality and perception. To lose meaning is to lose yourself. In the end, he will vanish within his own story. It defies reason. Why haven't we reached transcendentality? Not even the door seems within sight. I cannot fathom it. Is all of this meaningless? Are we condemned to stand on the edge of that which cannot be spoken? How does one bring about an end to the endless? Wait. So we have Sahir. Okay. So it's a philosopher who strives to extract a unified image from the memory of all things. So he can enhance card effects by influencing dice values. So appearances, your dice can be considered as an attack or defense dice. Symbol of history, deal damage based on the values of the dice consumed. Image of an error, gain armor based on the values of the dice. Introspection, gain 1 stack of ideaphoria. So it's when it does, you get 1 Eureka. Okay. So we have the unknown Sahir. Alright. Let's try this here. So we can do this. Okay. Should be good enough. Let's try this. Wait a minute. Okay. I'm confused more. Okay, so I can only do 2. Alright, we're good enough. Okay. So you're adding more armor, you son bitch. Alright. To be honest, I don't think I would want more armor here, I guess. Oh, and yet I'm a dum-dum. Alright, let's get more armor for this one. Okay, let's confirm this for a bit. Alright. Can't do that. But I won't win anyways, because I got more value. Okay. So we got another one. Questioning. Add and roll one short-term memory die. Alright, that's cool though. The wind whistles. It cascades over the Atacama Plateau, scouring the sands, or is it scouring the sands along the highway? A literary critic. Oh, thank God! I actually got through! Please, don't hang up, sir. You wouldn't believe what I've just been through. Listen, we're stranded on some highway in the middle of nowhere. Want to know what I can see? Well, sand! Sand dunes! Endless sand dunes! No villages, no steeples at night? Steeples. Whatever. Only a highway, half buried beneath the desert. Wolves looking behind the dunes. Not even a single cactus. There's a sign just ahead. It says, Cuentos Completos. It says we're on the Cuentos Completos. That's impossible. I've lived in Antofagasta long enough to know there's no such road. There's nothing else around here, apart from this phone booth. Weird, isn't it? A road to nowhere, with a strange relic of something that once was, and somehow, it's now my only hope. I dialed every number I could think of. Emergency services, roadside assistance, the publishing house, the university, the bank. Nothing. Not a single connection. I was about to lose my mind. I'm still half convinced this phone booth is nothing more than a hallucination. But then I caught sight of your number. An impossible coincidence. It had been scribed onto the back of a manuscript, lying forgotten in my car, with a scruffy written note. He can answer any question. Call it an impulse, a feeling. I can't explain it, but I called your number, and against all reason, it's gone through. Thank God. I was beginning to think I wound up in hell. Hello, madam. Please, just call me the literary critic. That's what my colleagues call me. Mockingly, of course. They think I'm hopelessly out of my depth. A clueless fraud. An imposter in the world of letters. But there's no use in dwelling on it now. I've accepted the name, just as I've accepted the weight of this job. Oh, that's right. I forgot to mention. I'm an editor working for HA Publishing House. You know, the Forgotten Crows, the portrait. Ring any bells? An editor. Very perceptive, sir. In fact, that's precisely why I'm out here, stranded on this Cuentos Completos. It's my friend Lisa's birthday, see? We were supposed to go to the reserve. We were going to visit the Geysers. The geysers. Why did I say Geysers? And the valley. The flamingos. The little desert towns. All the things she loves. The colonial architecture, abandoned settlements, remnants of religion, history, natural landscapes, geometry. It's supposed to be a perfect day. Then I noticed something in the backseat. Manuscripts. I was sure had already been submitted. I had sent them to the publishing house yesterday, and yet, here they are. So I had to turn back to drop these manuscripts off at the publisher, but Lise, she wasn't pleased. We argued, and by the time I looked back at the road, everything had changed. We've been driving in circles for what? 2 hours? 3? I don't even know anymore. There's nothing but sand stretching out in all directions. Except for a sign marking this place as the Cuentos Completos, and this strange phone booth. If you could truly answer anything, sir, then answer this. What do I do next? Okay. Okay. I know I'm getting confused by this. I'm trying to put things two and two together. I mean, all I know is we're dealing with many personalities. Alright, I'm gonna... Okay, we're good with this one. So add more of this. And probably do it 2 more times. I just want to test these things here. Maybe I should strategize more. I think I should get more attack points here. I mean, let's confirm it for now. And alright, we're good with this one. Let's go with the introspection. And points here. That's all I got. So I got 2 signs here. Alright. I think I'm good. I guess. Alright, let's go with deal with damages here, I guess. Why did it pick my 6? Why did it take my 6? Alright, I'll just add more armor. I don't care. Okay, let's confirm that. I want to add more euphoria. And let's go to 5 here. I don't got anything left. I just can't think of anything. Alright, I'll stick with these 2 here, but actually, you know what? Let's just change. I think I might change a die here. I don't know what it does. So when calculating response by playing a response card, I forgot which one's the response card. I guess maybe. I think the red one's the response card. He thinks. No, I meant to. I'll just do this anyway. Alright. I want more armor, then. I don't care. And it does nothing. You son of a bitch. Okay. Alright. Alright. No, I meant. Oh my god. I can't believe this. Alright. We're doing this. I think you can use blue ones as well. I just forgot that I can use the blue ones. Alright. This is too stupid long. I messed up on many things. I'm not good with dice. At all, you know, honestly. Let's see. Reroll dice. Alright, let's confirm that anyway. Alright. Good enough for me. So, expectation. So, gain vision based on the number of memory dice. At the very start of the round, add and roll 1 short-term memory die. My legs are... I'm just shaking my knees for no reason. So, it looks like another fight. Yeah, it is! So, I got 2 enemies here, so... Alright, good enough for me. Alright, let's see. Let's go with this one. Alright, forget it. I just want to see what this does anyway. Ooh, wait! Look at that! Oh my goodness! Alright, I want more. Let's get more armor then. Alright, then. Oh, it's locked. That sucks though. Alright, let's get more armor. I want more armor. Alright, let's get Mika here, then. Good enough for me. I want to add more. I don't care. I just want to see how much dice I can stack up here. I just want to experiment. Alright, that's about it, I think. So, I'll stick with this then. Let's confirm. So, let's see. Good enough for me. Okay. That's all I can get, I guess. Too bad I got no healing here, so we got a boss and the minions. Okay. I think I can do that here. Okay. Alright. We'll just get more damage here. Alright. Okay. We got 2, I guess. Let's get more armor. Son of a gun. Okay. Must confirm that. But this is locked, so I can't do that. So we're just gonna have to do a lot. This here. And that's all I got. $46! Oh my okay. Alright. Alright, we'll just use this. I'm gonna get rid of the minions first. I'm gonna get rid of the minions. That's all I'm gonna do. I'll get rid of the minions. If I can. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get one extra die, and that's about it. Holy crap. Okay, thank God. Let's see what we can do here. Let's see what we can do here. Gonna do that. More armor. And that's all I'm gonna do. Still got the main boss here to deal with. So I'm gonna do here. Alright. So we've already got the Eureka here and there. Alright. 6 by 6 by 6. Let's go. Alright. Attack a little more. And that's it. Jeebus. Jeebus. Okay. Alright, that's about it. That's all I'm gonna do for now. And with that, my win. I'm not very good at that type of game here, but I think this might be the last story here, just a story mode here. The driest wind in the world. Salt mountains, deserts, and an infinite horizon of red and brown. A highway without an end. It looks like they were right all along. I really am a fool. Lisa couldn't take it anymore and walked off. She left me. Left the car. Just walked into the desert without looking back. I couldn't stop her. I couldn't even explain. I don't even know if there was anything I could say. All I know is that the desert isn't a safe place for someone to go walking around all on their own. She had every reason to be angry. Why did I turn around? I let a stack of paper, a manuscript that might never even be published, destroy her perfect day. I can't even decipher these manuscripts. The writing, the literature, none of it speaks to me. Where is Archimboldi? 4 chapters in, and not a trace of him. He's the book's most important character. So why has he disappeared from his own narrative? Why is Kamala full of nothing but restless spirits? And why is it that the dead can talk to the living? What compelled Pierre Menard to rewrite Don Quixote? How can one man produce a text identical to another's, word for word? Why must the narrative unfold through these fragmented dialogues? Flashbacks. Always with the flashbacks. Where did Santiago and Ambrosio actually meet? If they ever met at all. Can you give me an answer, Mr. Aleph? Why is the world of words like this? Perhaps I've been looking for meaning where there is none. I guess this was never the right job for me. I see that now. The publishing house is barely scraping by, and honestly, who still has the luxury of reading these days? It won't be long before the Antofagasta branch shuts its doors for good, and I can't do a damn thing to stop it. I don't even understand what I'm supposed to be doing. Well, we all keep at it, but what's the point? If nothing about this place has meaning to you, then the simplest solution is to let it go. That's it? Yes. I see. Thank you, sir. You're absolutely right. Sunset. A crimson radiance spills across the boundless sands. With a heavy sigh, Monique slumps against the car, burying her face in her hands. Footsteps crunch through the sand behind her, then the sound of leather soles on loose stones. She lifts her head in disbelief. I'm so sorry, Monique. I shouldn't have left you all alone. I just needed a moment to pull myself together. Come on, let's head back. You were right. There's still time to make it. We'll still have time for dinner. And as an added bonus, you won't get fired. This isn't exactly the best time to be unemployed. No, I'm the one that should be saying sorry, Ikuro-san. Oh. They're lovers. They're lovers. Okay. They're a couple. Okay. Now I understand the turmoil. Forget the publishing house. I'm done with that place. Monique grabs the manuscript and, with firm conviction, tears it to shreds. Wait, Monique! What are you doing? To hell with these stories. To hell with everything else. Today's your birthday. Lise, all that matters to me is you. Let's go. We'll follow this road, no matter where it takes us. Even if we lose our way, even if we never find our destination, I can't think of anything more romantic. Can you? Monique, hop in. I'm gonna give you a birthday we'll never forget. You only turned 27 once. Mi amor. This is already the most wonderful birthday gift I could have wished for. This day belongs to just you and me. I'll remember it for the rest of my life. The engine rumbles as the car starts up again. The desert wind lifts the scattered manuscript scraps. Their torn fragments dance on the breeze, momentarily revealing their title, The Rise and Fall of Sanity. Recoleta. Then as swiftly as it rose, the wind subsides, and the manuscript, the words, and the mysterious phone number on its back are consumed beneath shifting red sands. So, if Recoleta was a person born from the novel that she's been writing, wouldn't that mean that she was a character of the story, but in that story? So that means Monique is her creator. And I think she's supposed to look like her? This is all weird. A red sedan speeds down an unknown highway, shrinking from sight until it ultimately vanishes into the horizon. And I got my achievements. Woohoo! And another one. There's another phone. Wait, there's more? There's more! La Biblioteca de Babel. Alright, so La Biblioteca de Babel is now available. Here we'll play through a series of stages with random encounters, and then the entire set resets after defeating the final boss. Should I continue this one? So this is the part where we're going to have to change characters. So in each stage you'll encounter random phenomena, defeat them to earn random rewards. La Biblioteca de Babel will be restored to its original form after the final phenomena is defeated. May you reach the eternal truth within these endless cycles. Okay, so yeah, here's we're going to choose a character here. Maybe. So I'm not sure which character might be preferred in these things here. Yeah, some sort of other game mode as well. Well, guys, I think I might just cut it off for today, because I think when I'm going to do La Biblioteca de Babel, I think this is just going to be a challenge mode, where it's going to take me a long time to figure things out. But I think I might put that as a separate video, maybe, because I reviewed my video and it's like almost 2-hour video, so I want to end it here. So that's pretty much it for the story mode of the answering machine, the butterfly, and the literary critic. So that's what it was right there when it's highlighted. So the last character was here. Okay. So it was very interesting to learn more about the personalities of Aleph's personalities that he made, from Sahir to the linguist, the idealist, the physician. I forgot the other one's name. Plato's, or whatever his name is. Then we learn a little bit about this person named Monique, or Lise, or who she calls herself, the literary critic. As it turns out, I guess it was a breaking point of an author who was trying to get her stories, her dream, to be published. But I think at some point in this revelation, she figures out that nothing's more important than her girlfriend, or her lover, because to celebrate her loved one's birthday. But because of this obsession with literature, this manuscript, something that just bogs her memory or just gets in the way, it just forces her to accept the fact that without this special someone, all she has is this manuscript that will never be published. It's like a juggling broken glass, or at least going on a very thin tightrope with only glass slippers, and one misstep will crack those glass slippers and you'll be hurt in the process, or they'll be hurt. It was sweeter for her to throw away tear the manuscript apart and just drove off to celebrate the special day. I kind of think, yeah, that's all I had to say, because it was a sacrifice between reality and her fantasies of being a writer. So thank you all for watching this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, please give this video a like or dislike. And if you have anything to say about each of the chapters of the video as well, or at least each part of the video as well, what you think about each situation, like I said, I will probably do this in another video, because I only have about probably a few days left to do the challenge, in hopes I can get a better understanding. I have no idea, but it's going to be a mind picker to try to figure out which character will be best to use on this one. Like I said, I enjoyed this small short story here to understand Aleph's reason of what he does at all. He is, by figuratively, a broken mirror, who he creates multiple personalities from each shard of the mirror, if that's how you want to go with. It just experiments. It also was a very no. I'm sorry. My mind's boggled right now. It would explain why there were so many telephones in his cell in the story mode in the last video of this game. So yeah. So like I mentioned earlier, there was a trailer that I watched of a new character, and supposedly either a new story event or a new chapter. I'm not too sure, but I don't think it's a new chapter, but I will have to take a look at it and all. And I do like the idea of space, so I'm sorry, Aleph, but I'm afraid I'm gonna have to skip you this one. Even though I played the character, and it is an interesting ultimate and gameplay of the mechanic of the character, I just don't think I can. He was difficult to try to pull for. 7 pulls and still couldn't get it. So after 7, I just gave up. So the main story in chapter 9 was interesting. And I can't wait for chapter 10, or at least the story event. So as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in new videos. Peace out and have an awesome weekend.